Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the dozen people that are still here. What a fantastic night. You'll be thinking about this for years, won't you? That was the night. Half of them get up and half of us stay. Because we're fucking dedicated. I'm going to have a right good laugh and it kills me! Okay, so. I just want to say, you know, a lot of academics say, have you seen my latest book? This is my latest book. It's not mine, but I have bought it. Second hand. There you go, Philosophy of the Classics, which is an indication of what I'm going to be talking about in the main, apart from some random shit to start with. And you'll notice the name, can I just ask somebody to read this? What's the name of the author, or did you see that?
Professor M. Warburton.
M. Warburton is the author of this book. And I just want to say that's fantastic. Not only does this guy make great bread, but he writes philosophy books. And somebody said to me, perhaps it's a different war, but I said, no. Do you know, if you can cook good bread, you can do fucking anything you want. Philosophy would just be a walk in the park. Okay. No, that's not my set list on the back. It's not a prop for that very purpose. Do you like the kilt? Do you like the kilt? All in black. Am I? It's a choice. Am I a Scottish ninja? Or am I a Scottish Johnny Cash tribute act? You decide. I don't really care, you know. Why? I've been wearing it all Freshers Week for the students, and the main question is why. And I had said, well, Freshers Week is so exaggerated and larger than life. I think if I've got to grab your attention and let you know what I do, I've got to be the same, which they accept. And then I keep forgetting, and I add, plus I'm dabbling in cross-dressing. And it's the most subtle way to start out and nobody knows. Mainly, apart from, so if you can just keep that to yourselves. That bastard, I've done it again. Right, so philosophy. Very important in research, isn't it? As you're all done research, and this isn't your first, we've got some undergrads in their final year. Are you heading to do your dissertation now? Is that looming? Have you started? Okay. If I was to say the word methodology to you, does that strike fear in your heart? It does, doesn't it? You don't fucking understand any of it, do you? Okay. Bear with me then. I've got something for you to explain. Okay. Methodology. Who likes doing the methodology part of the research? Hands up. Fuck off. You're like, aye. Notice how you're the only one. Notice that. Who really doesn't like the methodology and rather not do it? Okay, who doesn't like putting their hand up? This is the real issue. That's what's really going on here. Jesus. Right. Now, I think philosophy has a bad press for the methodology part, obviously, but just generally, you know what, in life you don't really get a lot of philosophy in life. Day to day, do you know, the government, for example, doesn't have a philosophy department. Too fucking late. Oh, snooze that. Yeah, I'll just put my foot on it if you want, and that'll be it sorted. Absolutely okay. So the government doesn't have a philosophy department, or maybe it does, and they just haven't quite worked out if they actually exist yet. But you know, if there's a major crisis, whether it's in real life or it's in the movies, very rarely do you get the President of America picking up the phone and say, "Get me a philosopher." That's what we need to sort out this situation. You know, you never heard Bruce Willis going, "Yippee-ki-yay, Aristotle." Wasn't really much of that, was there? And yes, crazy stuff. And also, I thought Avengers, the movie Avengers Assemble, I don't know if you've seen that, the movie Avengers Assemble, I think there was a missing character with all those people called Intellecto. You know, when he would appear as if by magic and say, "Right, big green man, Okay, I want you to cause a diversion over there. Are you with the hammer? Yeah, that's you, yeah. If you could kind of distract them over that way, and that will allow me to get right up to the enemy, right up to them, and I will reason with them. I will say your premise for invading our planet is completely flawed, and you should fuck off. And what if they don't? If they don't, well, I'll start coming at them with jibes and barbed comments. And if that were fucked then, obviously, if that doesn't work, but absolutely fucked. Now, what does philosophy do now? Importantly, especially methodology, etc. What that's trying to do is to get everything really stripped down to the basics. So we are talking things like, what is reality? What is knowledge? Okay, I'm going to kneel down again. Oh man, yes, And one of the very earliest versions of reality, for example, was called atomism. The smallest thing, which at that point was atoms, was reality, because everything is made up of that single point. So there's no such thing as a stick, but it's lots of atoms together in the shape of a stick. There's no such thing as a person. It's merely all the atoms assembled to construct a person, which I thought was really useful as a defence against an assault charge. Hey, I says, look, I wasn't really hitting a person with a stick. It was merely atoms colliding with atoms. Nobody was really hurt. And unfortunately, that defence was not accepted. Andy will understand why that was so. And very soon, I found myself in atoms in the shape of a prison cell. With atoms in the shape of a cellmate who wanted to engage in atoms in the shape of jail sex. And as that atoms in the shape of a penis was heading my way, I thought philosophy could get me out of that situation. Philosophy get me in there, philosophy get out of this. I says, what I'll do is I'll just retell the allegory of the cave by Plato. Unfortunately, I couldn't speak with my mouth full, so there we go, that's how that went. And here we come to the crux, and this is hopefully going to help you with your philosophy, with your methodologies. Obviously, there are the two main research camps. There's positivism, which is the scientists, which is empirical and everything's measured, and that's how we do it. And then we've got the social scientists, who are mainly interpretivist, and it's, that's reality is what it is how it's created. So the scientists all say a rock is a rock, and the social scientists say, and I'm a social scientist, the social scientists say a rock is what society deems as a rock. How fucking deep's that? I must admit at this point, I'm a bit upset I actually became a social scientist, because I just thought they went to more parties. I just thought they were scientists who were, social scientists. We like a good time and we do a bit of science. No, I was actually hoping to cure cancer, until they said, no, it's a social scientist. You may write a paper on the effects of a cure of cancer on a group of indigenous people living on a small island. But that's about as close as you're going to get. So people, I've got to explain this to undergrads, this thing about methodology. So how do you compare these two differences? So I have the allegory of the wardrobe, okay? So the interpretive approach, the interpretist approach goes to the wardrobe and opens it up and says, I've got nothing to wear. Oh, and it calls over the positive scientific approach. Come here, once it does. I've got nothing to wear. Now, the scientific approach, excuse me, I can see hundreds of clothes in there. Absolutely, hundreds of clothes. Is that what you're telling me? I've got nothing to wear. How's that? I could weigh all those clothes and get a physical amount for that. And you're saying that there's no clothes. I have nothing to wear. Right, okay. I can measure the strain in the bar that's trying to hold those clothes up. I've got nothing to wear. Right. I can actually approximate a value for all these clothes that you say don't exist. because they still got the tags on, because there's nobody worn at any point. And the interpreter's approach says, my reality is there's nothing there. And the scientific approach goes, well, my reality is there is stuff there. And do you know, that's where we leave that argument toing and throwing, and that argument is incessant and never ending, except at some point the interpretive approach sits down in the bed and starts to cry, and the scientific approach fucks off to the pub and gets fucking wasted. Okay, well that's just about my time up, thanks very much. I just want to finish with a small joke my professor told me recently. He says, Eddie, you're doing some stand-up, I've got this brilliant joke for you. Here you go, okay, here you go, listen to this. How many academics does it take to change a light bulb? So I don't know, how many academics does it take to change a light bulb? None. We don't fucking change light bulbs. We might write a paper on it. Okay, you've been great, thanks very much, thank you.